In this video I'm going to discuss the different forms of sorcery. For old sorcery, which has been used for a very long time, but has changed tactics in the last roughly 200 years. So the old form of sorcery, what is this? Well, the old form of sorcery, which has controlled the minds of the masses for thousands and thousands of years, is what could be called religion. Now, religion can morph and shape and change, and it has done for thousands and thousands of years. Now, I'm not someone who is what you would call stereotypically anti-religious. I actually see a lot of sacred knowledge within religion, what can be used as a benefit for mankind. But a lot of the knowledge what's in religion has been used against us, and has been used against us for thousands of years. The reason why the sorcery has changed from the old form of sorcery, which is religion, to this new form of sorcery, which has many heads to the Hydra, and people won't necessarily think it's obvious sorcery projected at them. This new sorcery takes on many different forms in our world today. You can see it in the education system, you can see it in the politics, you can see it in the financial system, you can see it in the entertainment industry, you can see it in the media, you can see it in the medical industry, and it takes on all these various heads. Now, in the past, we used to be aware of magic, of sorcery, up only until very recently in our history. Now, why did we suddenly not believe in it? Or, okay, not even believe, because believe is living a lie, but to become ignorant to it, to the idea. Well, that's because we've entered a very, very materialistic paradigm in roughly the last 200 years. Since the beginning of the Industrial Age, we've become more dense and dense and dense and dense in our consciousness, until the point where we worship materialism. And if you look at our culture today, and society today, what is it? It's very materialistically focused. Every single mainstream ideology, every single mainstream paradigm and way of thought, almost all of it, is materialistic in nature. It's all materialism. And by doing this, we have forgotten about the spirit, or the spiritual aspects. And by also doing that, we have forgotten about that magic exists. And also to the fact that through the entertainment industry, they put up this idea that all magic is just fiction. It's, Harry Potter waving wands and all that kind of stuff. And it makes it look silly, and it makes it look just like a, child's fantasy, when nothing could be further from the truth. It's all very real. And it's all around you as well. You only have to turn on your television to see the sorcery that's being right projected at you, making you spellbound. And this is not a joke, this is not me just making, bullshit up. This is all real, it's all there. The problem is people don't have occult knowledge or esoteric knowledge to decode what's going on. Which leads them to just go along with their entire spell casting which has been foisted upon them. So what happens to people who become more aware of what's going on and become more aware of the sorcery which has been filtered into their mind via the mainstream of the culture, or by the system itself? Well, they got like two paradigms they can easily get you in. One, you go straight into what you call the New Age movement, and two, you go straight to joining the Dark Brotherhoods, the Luciferians, the Satanists, etc. And these are more or less like, one's a recruitment center, the other's another delusion and an experimentation for what they kind of want to bring about if this whole materialistic paradigm fails, which it will, because the materialistic paradigm we are currently in isn't going to last forever, and it's starting to fall down as we speak. The type of materialistic consciousness is coming to an end, and a spiritual form of consciousness is coming in as we speak right now. But the problem with this is that the forces that wish to control us are experimenting, and they are coming up with a new paradigm themselves which they want to lock humanity under, again, like they have always done. So it's now up to us, the ones who are awake, to try and create our own form of spirituality within us. And what I think that this new consciousness is going into is a spiritual paradigm which is none other that we have seen before. Now, we can either take our own minds back, take our own souls back, or we can just go and give them up for another lockdown. However, when going through this spiritual metamorphosis, we must never forget that we must always stay here on the material plane, as the material plane is real and shouldn't be escaped from. Rather, it should be mastered. And this is a lot with what the New Age movement wants to go down. It wants to have an opposite solution to the current paradigm we have been in. And I think this is very dangerous for people to start just becoming completely devoid of all materialism whatsoever. There has to be a balance between materialism and spiritualism. And that doesn't mean that you're less spiritual. That means that you acknowledge that the material does exist, but that you are living a spiritual life. And that doesn't mean you can't have material things either, or anything like that. As well as finding our own spirituality, it's also important that we, and I think I've stated this in my previous videos, that we connect back to our roots, that we find out, what's within us, who we are. And this can take a long process to kind of explore and to burn through. I think also looking after yourself in terms of health. This could be what you consume, how you exercise daily, making your own physical body healthier. And this will make you feel better. I've been doing it now for, some time now, and it's made me feel a lot better, and it makes me feel a lot less depressed when I used to feel. And you feel better about yourself, and you can do a lot more things, you feel more active. I would also say that spending more time out in nature is a key priority right now. And because when you spend more time out in nature, it clears the mind. It's our natural state. We're meant to be out in nature. We're not meant to be in artificial environments. And every time I go and walk out in nature, it always reveals something to me. It always brings something to the forefront that I've been ignoring for a while. And this is why being in that zone, being in that place is of key importance to your own spiritual development. So that's my advice for the crazy times we're living in now. And I look forward to making another video soon.